Hello and welcome back. If you follow the channel, you know that I am trying to restore a whole bunch of 8-inch floppy drives that I picked up in a haul a few years ago. In part 1, we figured out how to connect unit 1 to a semi-modern PC, which allowed us to test and repair our very broken unit in part 2. But we are not done, we have plenty more to go through, which, as you'll see, will fail in a bunch of new and entertaining ways in order to challenge our debugging skills, no doubt. But where would the fun and learning be if it was all easy peasy? Alright, next drive. That one was removed from the 9895 unit. The HP 9895 is the bottom double drive here, the ultimate goal of our restoration. A universal HPIB drive that connects with almost anything vintage HP, including the 9825 calculator on top. And also has a bad sticker on it. It had the broken brake, so I took it out. And that's how it's supposed to look. This is supposed to be like this. This is a flexure hinge. The spring keeps those two closed. It's like a clamp. But of course that hinge is in tension and just breaks. Anyhow, I'll just remove it and take it from there. In the previous episode, I remade a temporary brake using popsicle sticks, but for expediency, let's see if we can make it work without the brake. I think it's there only to prevent the stepper motor from accidental overstepping or movement when not powered. Eric is making a model so we can reprint a 3D part. I don't know if that will be strong enough. If we can do it, that's a much nicer repair than my Guyvered thing. So of course when you take the motor off, you misalign the drive, but it's not that bad. It's not that hard to realign them. And to put them back together, just put the pulley back in. Here we go. The coarse alignment is just the pulley itself over here, which is pretty easy to tighten and untighten. And the fine alignment is just this rotation of the stepper. So right now I'm going to put it right in the middle. And the good thing is that I don't have to take out the zero stop. If you look at that guy over here, that's a block and that's a track 0. And it bumps against it. And I don't have to change that. So my track 0 should still be where it's supposed to be. Let's do a quick test and see if it seeks when the computer starts up. Woohoo! Okay, no seek. Oh, wait, I didn't put the correct address on this one. They're all wired as DS0, this one, and I need to make them disk B. Alright. Okay, that was a problem. Alright, so it seeks and it locked. Oh, it still had a floppy disk fail. That's interesting. We put a disk in that thing. Okay, 6. Okay, so now that it has a floppy in it, it's fine. Okay. See if you can read it. Change to disk B. Yeah. Perfectly working disk. Amazing, it read the floppy without realignment, but let's realign it properly. So to line, fire up on the disk, drive 1, seek 0. And that should put me on my 0 track. And so it's on the track already, that's the correct track. 0 track looks different from the other ones. And see if I can optimize the signal. Oh, it was pretty much right on it. Okay, here we go. It is realigned. So that should do it. Alright, beautiful Windows 98. Let's see the floppy. It does. Let me see if I can write a test file on it. Wrote it. Read it back. Alright, so it's a good disk. That one didn't cause us any trouble, so I think this one might have been caused just by the break and getting in the way. So third disk that works. Excellent. Alright, floppy drive number 3 works after break removal and realignment. Sweet. On to drive number 4. And that's the disk we just tested, and I need to remove this one. And that's the fancy HPIB board with a fancy HP chip. Okay, come to Papa. Alright. And this one also has the broken break here. Oh, that's wedged in there. More pulley off, and here we go. And here is the spring. And it goes into my collection of bad brakes. So we put it back together and test it. Ooh, it works, but it's a little noisy. So I'm going to attempt a head clean. There you go. And then I just do this, that. No, not too bad. Noisy. See if I can see a little bit what's in there. By the way, this is my new dipstick endoscope, link in the doodly-doo. We keep finding uses for it in the lab. Unfortunately, I can only inspect the lower head, but it looks okay. Okay, so the inspection didn't reveal anything wrong, so I'm going with it. Let's see if we can read it. I don't know because it's been misaligned. No. So we're going to do a fail and look at our head signal and see if we can quickly realign it. Okay, no head signal. Oh, it's not spinning. Something's wrong with it. Different problem on that one. This is why we were hearing the noise. It's because the head grabs and stops the disc from spinning. It could be the band that's too weak. Yeah, I think on this one, if I load the heads by hand, so I can turn it, but the band slips. Wait, put a little bit of tension, it will work. Okay. But even when I do that, I see no signal from the head either. So I have more than one problem. Okay, fortunately for the bands, I had ordered some a long while ago from SDPSI, who saves us every time we have a band that's bad. Don't look exactly the same, they have little teeth. And that is loose too. Okay, we MacGyvered it again. It turns out this little thing, which is attached to nothing, is just props the board up. It's just at the right place. And as long as that holds, that holds. So that would be enough for a test. So let's do, oh yeah, there's the signal. So let's do horse by just the pulley. Oh, wait a second. This does not look like track 0 at all. What's going on? Here's track 0 right here. Track 0 right there. Track 1, 0. There we go. Track 0. Okay. Seek 0. Seek 50. Okay, we're on the track. Seek 76. We don't have much signal, but we're somewhere. Let's go back to DOS. Let's try to switch to disk B. Yeah, read it. Okay. Let's do a directory. Yeah, I got the file. I see the signal is very poor though. My signal is getting smaller and smaller and smaller here. What's happening? Yeah, it has trouble reading the file. And my signal is getting lower and lower and lower and lower. Oh my goodness. The signal is going away. Am I destroying my disk? Yeah, I am. The head is bad. It's eating the disk. Okay, so bad head. No good. You know, since the disk is dead anyhow, I thought maybe I'll take the heads out, so we'll learn something. So apparently the bottom head's fine. It's the top head that scratches. I guess I'll screw up the alignment forever. But it's this over here. And I haven't looked at the underneath of it yet. Certainly looks like a lot of black on there. Alright, I have put it under the microscope and it's pretty obvious. So here's our head, and you can see it has been dragging all kind of material with it, and it seems to come from that edge over here. Actually, looking at it from this angle, you can see the head is actually to the is the one to the left. At the right, that's just a pad. This is a pad. This is the actual head. And it looks like these two have had a run-in with something, or were not sitting flat. And got heavily scratched or have a lot of material on it. Let me see if they are cleanable. Well, wouldn't you know it? It cleaned quite well. I had to really go heavy on the Q-tip with isopropanol, but eventually all the residue went away and the head doesn't look half bad underneath. So I wonder if it would be, if I could remount it and realign it, maybe it will live again. And the lower head was fine. It had very few traces of magnetic material, but I cleaned it up. So this might now be my cleanest head of all the drives I have. Okay, so I've put the drive back together. And we'll see if we can give it a second chance. See if it picks up any signal. Not really. But no noise. It seems to be gliding fine. See if anything happened. Nope, it's good. It doesn't eat the disk anymore. Here's the signal on the head one, so definitely some weak signal. Let's try to see if we can get something on head 0. Cylinder 0. There we go. That's that signal. Okay. Let's see if we recovered. So it has more signal on head 0 than on head 1, I think. Yeah, so on head 1 it doesn't get all the sectors, so let me fiddle with the alignments. Well, I spent too much time trying to realign the top head, and I actually can. The problem is that something happened to the head and it has not enough signal. So if I try to scan it, it does head 0, head 1, so the one that was damaged was head 1. And you can see how head 1 signal, it's well centered, but it gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, and eventually it's going to get errors. So this head is just bad, something happened to it. And it's starting to hesitate and not recognize sectors. Bad head. Doesn't scratch discs anymore, but it's a bad head. I think we solved the mystery of the non-working upper head, but I had to dismantle it somewhat further. And I'll show you in the microscope in a minute, but you can see the read-write head, which is on the left, is looking a bit dark. I think it is burned. So, if you look down here, a little bit, and you see something happened to it. It's all burnt out, so I think that's why it's not working so well. It had a thermal event of some kind. And then you look at the erase head, and that one's fine, thank you very much. That one is doing good. So that's how a good winding should look like. And here, that's definitely not a good winding at all. It's a very tired head. But anyhow, it was worth spending some time on it, so we know that we can actually take a head off and realign it. It's not that critical on 8-inch discs. You can do it.
Well, floppy drive number 4 has a bad upper head. It taught us a few things, but I can't repair it for now. On to drive number 5.
Okay, next specimen came as a spare disc, and this is a bit of a basket case. Its board doesn't have the screw, is flopping all around, the heads have been disconnected, there is no belt, and ooh, the spindle is very stiff. And I know why they didn't use it. If you do that, bearing is shot, and I tried to oil it, and it's just bad. So bad motor here. So we could try to make one good drive with two bad ones, one that has a bad motor and one that has a bad head. I decided to go along and do the replacement of the motor, and why I was at it, and the reason it's in the mill is because I milled this as an elongated slot, and I think it will allow me to rotate the motor to solve my belt problem cleanly. So the motor transplant comes as a heart-lung transplant. So the cap and the wiring harness is all one piece. So let me see if my clever or not so clever machining worked. Yeah, maybe with a little bit of filing here. We'll see what happens. Alright, look at this. Works a treat. That's the original positions to lose. And now I put it right there. And it is perfect. Very tight, very messy. Here we go. Alright, motor transplant successful. This is really crusty. I might also steal the bearings from the other one. Alright, bearing replaced, much better. So we'll put the belt back. And it also gets the board of the better drive. So basically we're just reusing the heads. Alright, better drive board. Much better looking than this one. Okay, this with lots of transplanted parts. Will it work? Well, we know the board works because from the other disc. We know the motor works because it's from the other disc. I'll put the shorted disc in first. And if we get this any signal of any sort. Oh! 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 Tons of it. Okay, much better heads on that one. They look aligned. Okay, it has difficulties with the first cylinders because they were bad to start with. And after that I think it's all good. So I think this is just a bad disc. But other than that, it's fine. I see good signal on both heads. Well, it's not perfectly happy. If I try to do a directory, it fails. And it just might be that my disk is bad. I put it in a bad drive. So let me make a clean disk and see if that works. Right, I rewrote a fresh disk and that works much better. To have the sound. Oh no! Lots of errors. Okay, no. One says can't do it. Oh. The disk actually works. It turns out it's a media problem. I could do it on a better disk and I could not do it on this disk because the game fills all the sectors, the ones at the end. It has trouble to write them if the disk is not good media. But I believe this is one more good disk. We can play on it. So I went ahead and did one more. Can't even remember what was wrong with that one. So we end up with, out of 6, 5 good drives. This is the one with the bad heads that we took the parts to make a good one that had everything else bad but the heads. Believe it or not, I have 7 more of these, but I'll stop here. I think I have enough to get to the next step and get into the restoration of the HP 9895 drive. So see that in another episode.